Let's talk about copywriting for coaches, and I want to share with you a few ways to hook clients right off the bat. So, here are some tactics I want to share with you. When we think about copywriting for coaches, we are speaking about your ability to actually have the right word, the right communication, and most importantly, establish the right rapport to actually get more leads and actually and hopefully turn them into clients, right? And it can be intimidating to dip your toes into copywriting when you don't know where to start. And so, in today's conversation, I really want to give you the best hacks that you need to think about when considering copywriting for coaching. So, why does copywriting for coaches matter in the first place? Well, the thing is that first of all, you are in a very competitive field. You are in a world that's constantly changing, and your potential clients actually get bombarded with offers from people who want them to purchase something several times a day. And if they are in the market for a coach, it's very likely that they are looking at other programs. You're not the only one. Okay. Again, going back to what I said, it's very competitive out there. And it doesn't matter if you are in the States or you're in Canada or you're in Australia. I mean, nowadays you have a global market. So you can have a coach in, say, South Africa or, say, Nigeria who will actually compete with your clients in New York or California. Okay. And one thing for sure, if your clients are not in the market, they may not even be fully aware that they need a coach at all. So copywriting, when you think about it, is the art of putting together your potential clients' hopes and dreams into a nice package and how your coaching program relates to them into words, right? It's all about adding value. It's all about actually transforming your coaching program into one that solves the pain points that your clients have. And of course, copywriting alone won't sell your coaching services. For instance, just the act of creating a signature coaching program can help you convert more clients compared to offering a la carte services because it really solves a specific problem. So it can be very difficult to write effective copy when you don't have yet a good idea of what your offer is and how it can help your clients. So in short, copywriting works in tandem with other marketing strategies for your coaching business. It's all about offering granularity. So just imagine launching Facebook ads to sell a coaching package without the clarity of what you offer to your audience. You would struggle to get clicks. So your marketing strategies and your copywriting need to work hand in hand for you to get the best results over time. So let's talk about the best practices here. When we speak about copywriting for coaches, it's important to actually start by mapping out your dream client archetype. So in other words, you have to define your persona, your client, your ideal persona. Okay, and so before you think about launching your coaching program, take the time to map out who your dream clients are first. It's not about actually having like a dream client, like having a fuzzy idea. No, you want to be as granular as possible, as detailed as possible. You want to delve into the demographics, into the chronology, into the geography, into whatever really moves this person that you want to have as a client. The more specific you get, the better copy you'll be able to write for your coaching programs. It's all about actually writing stuff, speaking to them in a way that resonates with them, right? You want to resonate. You want your copy to be in a certain manner that it will resonate with your potential clients. So here are some questions you should answer about your potential audience. So what demographic do they belong to? Location, age, gender, income level, etc. What is their life situation like? Are they married with kids? Do they go to college? Are they career oriented? What's really moving them, right? What is actually surrounding their lives? Have a clear idea about that. And what does a typical day look like from their perspective, not from your perspective, from their perspective. So you want to give your client archetype a name. So you will start treating them like a real, tangible person instead of an approximate idea. Remember, the more clarity you have stuff in your mind, the better you are going to you're going to drive the right type of clients. That way, when you start writing copy, you'll be able to imagine this person in your head as if you were actually writing to an old friend. Okay, so that's important. So the first thing, you want to start by mapping out your dream client archetype. Some people call it persona, but this is what we call dream client archetype. Second, you want to get intimate with your client's archetypes, goals, and pain points. And really, that means what? You have to really get to the point where you have to be able to solve their problems. Once you understand who you'll be writing for, whom you'll be writing for, your next step is to start digging into the deeper stuff. What aspirations does your dream client have? What is currently stopping them from achieving those goals? And what is causing them pain in their lives? Ideally, and this is an important element, your coaching program should actually help them resolve those challenges and achieve their goals. That's what we mean by pain points. So make sure you write a specific example of how this can manifest in their everyday life. The best way to do this is to interview past clients to get concrete examples. See, the thing is, the more granularity you have, the better. Next, you want to counter objections and limiting beliefs of coaching clients. The whole thing is that you are not the only one. I mean, you have a lot of players in this industry. Some players are pure scammers, excuse the word, but some coaches out there are not really, they're not for real. So clients, potential clients, are a little bit hesitant to give you their time or even their money. So you need to counter objections and limiting beliefs of those clients. And so everybody makes up excuses not to invest in things that we need all the time. So when you write copy for your coaching programs, it will be your job to counter those objections and limiting beliefs that are stopping your dream clients from investing in themselves in the first place. And so if you have existing clients, you want to ask them this question: what almost stopped you from moving forward with me as your coach? And this will help you because it will give you more clarity as to the psychological construct that it really it's in your potential client. And the answer also will shed some lights on the biggest objections you'll have to deal with. And so maybe it's the price tag. Are you charging like crazy? Are you charging crazy money? Or maybe your dream clients don't know if they are worth investing in themselves. Maybe they didn't have 100% trust in your brand yet. I mean, your brand is you're just a neophyte in the industry. You're a newbie. You're a rookie. And nobody knows you, and you're trying to really razzle dazzle people, right? So it takes time to actually build that reputation. So for each objection and limiting belief, what you want to do is you want to come up with something to counter it, right? It's all about argument and counter argument. But see, the thing is that the counter argument has to be strong. For it to actually counter the argument, it has to be strong. Let me give you an example. If price is an issue, you want to compare this to the price of not moving forward. And so this will vary depending on the type of coaching you offer, and this price will not always be monetary in value. For instance, clients who are unhappy with their careers will continue wasting their priceless time in an unfulfilling job if they don't seek out guidance or even talking to like a crazy ass boss. And if they don't like the job in the first place, imagine dealing with in addition to not liking the job, they have to deal with a crazy ass boss, right? So what you have to really picture a psychological construct here. And you also need to develop your own voice. So when you are a coach, your personality is one of your key selling points, your KSP, right? Sometimes the experts call it KSP. Sometimes they call it USP, unique selling points or key selling points. No one else can be you. You are you. No one else can bring your unique life experience to the table, and your unique personality and style should actually be reflected in your copy too. And you can take inspiration from other coaches and life coaches you admire, but don't try to exactly emulate someone else's voice. Of course, your tone of choice should be partly dictated by what your dream clients resonate with. For example, some coaches swear a lot in their copy because their audience likes this, but that won't work for every type of clients, right? Other coaches may take a more professional approach if they are working with clients who appreciate this tone, whereas other clients may be put off by the formal language. So you have to really see what works for your audience. One thing for sure, you want to keep the format in mind. So when we speak about copywriting for coaches, format is quite essential. Let me break it down for you. Basically, there is a reason why most copywriters specialize in a particular type of copy. Your web pages, emails, and content all require a different kind of specialty, right? A different kind of tone, voice, a different kind of chemistry. So that's what we call copywriting chemistry. Now, here are a few things to keep in mind for the various channels when and where you promote your coaching business. I mean, writing copy for your coaching websites is kind of different for It's kind of different from writing copy for your email list, and also different from writing copy for social media. Let me break it down for you. So when we speak about writing copy for your coaching website, basically here you are trying to establish a rapport. Your website is like your digital identity. It needs to explain in a clear and concise way who you are and what you offer. An effective coaching website and landing page for that matter uh, would need to be structured and to the point in terms of copywriting, all while answering all questions your clients might have about you and your services. Of course, this doesn't mean the copy can have a personality. On the contrary, your about page or section is the perfect place to share your origin story that your ideal clients can connect with. So you want to find a way to infuse your unique brand, voice, and personality into all pages from your home section all the way to your checkout page. And let's talk about writing copy for your email list. Well, building an email list for your coaching business is a great way to provide value to your potential clients who show interest in you, folks who have talked to you, folks who have interacted with you. So keep in mind though that we're all flooded with emails on a daily basis. So don't take your readers' time for granted. You want to find a way to tell a short story, be very concise and precise. Or you can try to educate your audience on a key idea in each email so that they always get something out of it. Even if they're not ready to sign up for packages, ask yourself, would I subscribe to this newsletter? Also, let's talk about writing copy for social media. Well, people scroll through social media feeds to be entertained, educated, and exposed to new ideas. Before you rush into selling your packages, take a step back and see how you can warm up your followers with valuable content. Give them a taste of what's like to be working with you. Share your coaching philosophy, values, and methodology with them in small, bite-sized content pieces. Remember, if your content doesn't hook your audience within the first second, they will likely scroll through. So keep it simple, short, and engaging. Very important. Let's talk about timing here. So, when to hire a copywriter? I mean, this is an important element to think about. So, basically, if first of all, if you are a coach, you do not want to write yourself because you have other stuff to do where you can add more value. I mean, writing copy requires efforts and creativity. For some, it's their full-time job. So if the idea of writing your own copy seems about as fun as walking around with a thumbtack in your shoe, consider hiring someone to do it for you. So there are 3 cases in our investigation in which we have seen that you are probably ready to outsource this step. You have a proven offer you want to scale, very important. You don't have time, and you are struggling to write copy for your coaching offers, and you actually have a developed voice. So when you have a proven offer you want to scale, let's say you have an existing coaching offer that's proven to sell to your dream client, that's amazing. And now you're ready to scale so you can get more clients without spending as much time on the client acquisition step. This will require optimizing your copy, especially if you are running ads so that you can increase your conversion rate and get more clients with the same effort. At this point, it would be a good idea to hand over the reins to a professional copywriter who has experience scaling offers similar to yours so that you can go back to doing what you do best, helping your growing list of clients, right? And the second reason is that you don't have time. I mean, that's what I said a little earlier. You're running a business. Building a coaching business takes time. If you are simultaneously coaching your clients, handling your social media strategy, sending out invoice reminders, managing your inbox, and doing all the copywriting for your coaching business on top of that, hey, listen, chances are you are feeling overwhelmed. That's crazy. That's a crazy workload. And if you're naturally good at copy, don't get me wrong, you could outsource other elements of your business. But if you're running out of time and don't particularly like writing copy, it could be a wise investment. And if you're struggling to write copy for your coaching offers and you have a developed voice, that's really another area where you might want to hire someone. Even if you have all the time in the world, writing your own copy will always be an uphill struggle if you absolutely hate it or just are not good at it when it comes to putting things into words, right? As a coach, you are likely naturally good at speaking to your clients and understanding their struggles in a way that allows you to help them reach their goals, unlike anyone else, right? Copywriters, on the other hand, are talented at turning ideas in their brains and their clients' brains into words. Hey, you can't be the best at everything, right? However, it's best to develop your own voice before you hire a copywriter. That's because talented copywriters can get into your brain and imitate actually your brain's voice. But without an existing voice, this will be an educated guess at best, right? You have to really show them a certain personality. Without establishing your own brand voice first, you are more likely to be unhappy with what your copywriter comes up with because it doesn't sound like you. So to set up your copywriter for success, you should actually spend at least some time writing your own copy before you outsource it. So let's talk about the methodology here. How do you hire a copywriter to actually do your copywriting for coaches? First of all, you want to understand your needs and budget first. Not all coaches need the same copywriting support. Maybe you need guidance on how to structure your sales funnel in addition to writing copy, or maybe you just need some help with your sales page but can actually manage your emails on your own. So be crystal clear on what you need before hiring anyone, because just like coaches, copywriters have their own specialties. You also need to establish your budget because the price of copy can vary dramatically depending on the copywriter's experience, their country of residence, and the cost of living. Past results this copywriter was able to get for their clients. Remember that copy is an investment, not just an expense. So don't expect to pay pennies and get great results. Next, you want to gather your past and existing copy. That's very important so that you have a clear idea of what works and what doesn't work. So most copywriters will want to see what your existing copy documents will look like, right? So before you start looking for a copywriter, organize your existing copy to share with any prospective writers. That way you have a before and after. So you can actually gather the following in a shareable folders, and that's what you want, so that you can communicate that in a very organized way with the copywriter. And you can gather the following in a shareable folders, for instance, relevant social media posts, email newsletters, and sales emails that you have sent out before. Again, the whole thing here is to actually familiarize your copywriter with your voice. So you want to share with them also landing pages and sales pages, blog posts, and other elements that provide information on your coaching services and tone of voice like case studies, videos, and internal documentation. So that's kind of important to really have this right off the bat. And plus, if you've already done your target audience research, get it ready. You want to get it ready as well, because a good copywriter will ask you for that information too, especially during the preliminary session. When we talk about copywriting for coaches, and especially when it comes to hiring the best copywriter for your specific coaching business, you want to ask for referrals from coaches or service providers that you trust, right? And let me break it down for you. So basically, if you know any other coaches who work with copywriters, perhaps this copywriter will be a good fit for you too. Ask other coaches or service providers whom they trust with their copy before casting a wider net. You will have a seal of approval instead of starting from scratch and taking a leap of faith. Also, you can use an online job board. So if you don't have any luck with referrals, start browsing online job boards, and some Facebook groups are designed for this purpose exactly. And so that's kind of cool. Or you can search on freelancing boards like Upwork or Fiverr or freelancer.com. And also, you want to start with a small project first. So avoid giving an entire launch or sales funnel project to a copywriter you just hired, even if they seem like a match made in heaven. If it turns out not to be a good fit, you will either need to spend hours rewriting everything yourself or spending a ton of money getting another copywriter to fix it for you. So instead, you want to start out with a smaller project to see if the potential copywriter has, let's say, a good grasp of your style and voice, right? This could be a promotional email, a few social media posts, a short landing page for a freebie, a single Facebook ad copy variation. So you really want to go small, okay? And your small project should actually fit your requirements. For instance, if you need a long-term sales page, starting off with a short landing page will be a better idea than asking for a social media post right off the bat. Because you really want to start small so that you can see if scaling will be the right fit for you. Okay, so bottom line here is what? Basically, copywriting for coaches actually is a pretty straightforward process. But remember that great copywriting and even successful copywriters won't magically turn your coaching business into a seven-figure empire. You need to do the legwork of researching your audience and creating offers that resonate with that audience. So it's time to take action. Think about which copywriting needs you want to outsource and which ones to take care of yourself, and build a plan on how you are going to execute it. It's all about execution. Remember that. So, in conclusion to this conversation, I spoke to you about copywriting for coaches, and I give you the tactics, the best practices, the timing, the methodology, and now the conclusion. Thank you so much. God bless you. I'll see you next time. Until then, remember, stay marvelous.